Hi guys, it's Aegis here. So, lastly, we go to Geonight's premium standard deck set. I've gone through the Raging Form one, I've gone through Musketeers, and now we are in the Geonight's one, which I am a little bit surprised why they picked Geonites, even though like Geonites is kind of popular in a way, but it's not exactly that popular compared to the blasters. But at the same time, Geonites is probably the ones with like easier group of supports as a archetype. Then of course we have a deck as usual. We have our, I think, as I keep saying, I think is a V2 deck box, and then we have our big paper box for field decks, so you can actually use it for a few ones. And then let's go through the deck real quick. Right, so we start with Sarume, which is very important. Then we get our Ashley reversed. So if you want more of these, you need to find true rare version of these, and maybe some stores will break it. And then we have our Legion, which is very strange that we only get two, but maybe they only got space for that. And then we get some V support of Geonites, V support of Geonites. So these are the ones that you will probably need to step on those. And then we have our Sword Me 3, which Sword Me was a very strong generic support that it can just counterblast a Geonite to call a Great One lower Geonite. So when you are putting Geonites as generic support different decks, then this card can help bring you out another card for you to rush, for you to build up your board. So it was a very good card. Now it's okay, but I think if you're playing Geonites, this definitely is something that you want to put in. And then we have more re-support. And this is 7k, so I think it's G or earlier era support. And then we get our starters. So this one is a Geonite Searcher for Grey Freeze. This one is a booster for Soul Charge. And if you if you put it on top, like right or call on top of her, you can pop something. You can't pop draw one, so that's okay. This one is for the Soul Charge and recycles. This one is for Soul into draw and look top 3, call a Geonite, so that's okay. This one is a power buff, so, and the recycler, so you kind of having a V Geonite deck right here, but the Sarume is Sarume is not the V version, but the older version that can simply gain crit, and then it triggers the Cater OT, and then the Royals older GB1 only crit, Strive for the crit, Isode, Draw PG, Hill Guardians, Elemental PGs, Harmonious Messiah, and then we have our Evangeline. This is important to activate your crest, so you definitely need 4. This is kind of meh. This is also kind of meh as a GBA. This is important, but you only get 1. And then Saint of Twin Sword is a good card as well. Oatmeal, very interesting choice, even though Oatmeal is actually quite generic as a grade 2 support, something like that. And then we have some G Guardians here, but unfortunately for G Guardians you don't actually have like a lot of options. So this one is like the first one. This is the G Guardian flip. Unfortunately they aren't doing too much of stuff. And then this is for grade 2 support, and then this one is also grade 2 support. Yeah, so it's kind of generic while not doing too much stuff, I have to say, even though this card do have a like kind of a PG effects, but yeah, it's not like very fancy kind of G cards for Royal Paladins, and they always have been not having some fancy stuff, except the copy of V skill with this. But yeah, that's basically it. And then the Prey Elemental G Guardian. And then we have a quick shield, Guardian shield, we have some markers, and the crest. Yeah. So it's kind of quick of a review because there isn't too much like strong content inside here, but for every one of the deck as well. But for Jewel Knight, a lot of things are actually quite simple, quite straightforward. So if you are looking for something that is simple, and then you can learn about a lot of stuff, Jewel Knight will probably be a good choice. But as you can see, that the G units, the G Guardians are kind of limited. So if you like want to explore a lot more stuff, then I will actually suggest you to go into the Musketeers instead, if you ask me. Even though I am a Musketeer player, I'm not a heavy Royal player, because like even on my Blaster deck in Premium that I haven't updated for ages, the G Guardians is kind of the same. So you can see like they share basically the same thing, and they isn't doing too much, unfortunately. And like you basically with this deck, you might change a little bit on the stuff with your like Jewel Knight's options, but that probably is already there. So yeah, the like I'm not like a main on Royal Paladin. I didn't like look into it a lot. I didn't own a Jewel Knight deck at all, but what I can feel is the creativity that you can add on this deck is not a lot, but with other things you can change into other decks a lot easier, right? Because there are stuff that are very generics in Musketeers, like the Sylvia as a plant token generator, or even with the Revengers, you can get a lot of different ways of building Revengers by relying on getting the crest of your raging form, and then you turn it into something else, right? But this I don't see too much of a change, but that's my personal thought. So if you have something different in comment, do let me know, because I'm also like interested to see how people turn this into something else. Of course, if it's good at this, then good for you, but for people who also want to try something else in the Royal Paladin part, and they want to use this as a starting point, what they can do, I think is more important. Yeah, so I will keep this right there. Let me know any of your thoughts in the comments down below, which of the three you think is better, as in power, changing the meta, as in accessibility to like expanding yourself to more different deck types in the clan. Yeah, just let me know your thoughts. Subscribe, of course, for more different deck profiles, unboxings, deck fights videos that will be coming out. And yeah, I think that's it for me today. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you guys in the next video. Signing off.